Agro giant Monsanto and the parent company Bayer are back in the headlines again. On Monday, a state court jury in Oakland ordered Monsanto to pay its highest amount in damages to a California couple for using the company's popular weed killer Roundup Ready. Now, they allegedly caused their cancers, they claim. RT's Sara Montes joins me with the details. Sara, lots of people use Roundup in their garages for their weed killers, and now we're seeing cases not only being fought, but winning in the eyes of the law.
That's right, Scotty. This is the third trial battling Monsanto, but the first dealing with a couple who say their cancer was caused by long-term exposure to Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup. On Monday, a jury ordered the agribusiness giant Monsanto to pay a combined $2.055 billion to the husband and wife. The state court jury in Oakland determined that Monsanto's weed killer caused the elderly couple's non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Alva and Alberto Pilloyd claimed they used a Roundup for more than 30 years to landscape their home and other properties. Now, they've been battling cancer for the last 9 years. Alberta said they're unable to enjoy the same activities they used to before their cancer diagnosis, and it changed their lives forever.
We wish that Monsanto had warned us ahead of time about the dangers of using Monsanto, and that there was something on the front of their label that said danger may cause cancer. At that point, we could have used Roundup, but we wouldn't have used it. But I'm sure a lot of other people would choose to, and they weren't giving us any choice, because from their ads, we felt that it was incredibly safe to use.
Now, this is the third courtroom loss for Monsanto since August, but hundreds of lawsuits against Monsanto are still pending. Parent company of Monsanto, Bayer, insists that the key ingredient in Roundup, glyphosate, is safe. Bayer released a statement saying Bayer is disappointed with the jury's decision and will appeal the verdict in this case. Now, the first case in San Francisco awarded Dwayne Johnson, former golf course greenskeeper, $289 million, but that was later reduced to $200 million. In March, another San Francisco federal jury ordered the weed killer maker to pay another plaintiff, Edwin Hardman, $80 million. Now, meantime, on Sunday, Bayer promised it would look into allegations that created a list of 200 French journalists and lawmakers who were critical of its U.S. subsidiaries. Germany's Bayer, who bought U.S. firm Monsanto, issued an apology on Sunday saying, after an initial analysis, we understand that such a project raised concerns and criticism. They went on to say this is not the way Bayer would seek dialogue with different stakeholders and society, so we apologize. Scotty, there are still an estimated 13,000 plaintiffs waiting trial across the U.S., and Bayer said that it plans to appeal every single one of those. And Bayer shares already lost almost half of its value since they merged with Monsanto, and it's been a 52-week low. And they took a steep loss after this $2 billion verdict.
Well, 13,000 seems like a lot of lawsuits. But Sarah, like I said, every household at some point probably has used Bayer or been exposed to the chemicals of Roundup. How is Bayer going to continue to fight all these? And why are they being so steadfast in saying they're going to fight every appeal even? Well,
Bayer is really right now saying that this verdict conflicts with the EPA's level of glyphosate marks as safe. And if you remember, just last month, we reported that the EPA reaffirmed that glyphosate was safe to use, but other groups seem to disagree. Back in 2015, there were reports with the World Health Organization released saying that glyphosate was possibly carcinogenic to humans.
Well, it's interesting because I don't want to be one of those media outlets that just cause fear and just try to make everybody be scared it's the end of the world or that cancer is coming. But in this case, you actually have the justice system backing up some of these claims, saying, yes, that there is actually proof that these are causing cancer. Should that be alarming to us, the consumer?
It really is, and especially because this case was particularly interesting in that the plaintiff's attorney said that the jury was presented with a mountain of evidence showing Monsanto's manipulation of science, the media, and regulatory agencies to forward their own agenda. Now, the EPA, Monsanto says there are over 800 studies that show that glyphosate is not harmful, but if we look at the money and follow the traces, it's also been reported that these studies have been funded by some of these big chemical giants.
Well, and ultimately, all it takes is one person to be affected by cancer to say, how can we eliminate this from going forward? Thank you so much, Sarah, for covering this.
Thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.